right, we are going to go over the first probability quiz to help you study for your probability test. There will be two videos, one for quiz 1 and one for quiz 2, and a good idea of what the test would look like would be if you took quiz 1 and you took quiz 2 and you just smushed them together, and that's what your test will look like, so be ready. Alright, so this first one, what is the correct notation for the area shaded in pink? What you want to think about is what is not shaded in this diagram, okay? So the only thing in this diagram that's not shaded is the intersection of A and B, right? So A union B doesn't make sense because the union would be the interior of both circles, so it's not that one. A intersect B not, all right? We just said the only thing that's not shaded is the intersection. So this is the correct answer. A intersect B not. All right. So this says everything that's not in the intersection of A and B, and that is what we're seeing shaded in pink over here. A intersect not B would just be this interior portion of A. So that one doesn't work. And then A union B not would be everything outside of both circles. So let's see if I can get that in another color. So this one would be everything on the outside, all right? And we are not seeing that either. So the second option was the correct choice, everything that's not in the intersection of A and B. Okay, let's take a look at this one. If we look at what's shaded, everything is shaded except for the inside of B. So A union B doesn't make sense because inside of B would have to be shaded for that. A not union B, that doesn't make sense because the interior of A is shaded, right? Not A would not be the inside of A. B would be the whole B circle being shaded, and we see the opposite of that. So the correct answer is this is showing not B. I think you all got this one. This is showing the union of A and B. All right, it's everything in the interior of both circles. Okay, set notation. Given that set A is 1, 3, 5, 10, 11, and set B is 1, 3, 6, 8, and 10, determine the set designated below. Okay, so we're looking for the intersection of A and B. So what do they share? Well, they both have 1s. I can see that. They both have the 3. They do not both have 5. They do not both have 6. They do both have 10. They do not both have 11, and they don't both have 8. So our correct answer here would be 1, 3, and 10. All right, so that's what the sets share in common. All right, given the universal set and then subset B, remember that subset means all the elements of B are contained in this set, and we see that they are. 4 and 11 are both in this set right here. Determine the set of numbers C that are the complement of set B. All right, so the complement means everything that's not in B. So basically what we want to do is we just want to take out the 4 and 11 out of the universal set. So the complement of B is everything that's in the universal set that is not in B. So that is 5, 9, and 12. All right. Determine the requested probability using the data in the table. My dog's barking at the neighbor dogs. Your answer should be a fully reduced fraction or a decimal rounded to the nearest 100. All right, small or green. That means we need to do probability of small plus probability of big. Hush. Okay, so we need to do probability small plus probability of green minus probability of small and green. So we need the totals off the table. This is 5, 9, So that would be 14 and 7 and 7 also makes 14, so we're good to go there. So probability of small is 5 out of 14, plus probability of green is 7 out of 14, and then the overlap, what we need to subtract out is small and green, which is those 2, minus 2 out of 14. So that is 10 out of 14, which reduces to 5 over 7. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Determine the requested probability using the data in the table. Your answer should be a fully reduced fraction or decimal round to the 100. Medium and yellow. That's just these 4, okay? Because they are in the overlap of yellow and medium. So once again, all sorts of things going on. Once again, our totals are the same as they were last slide. 5 and 9 makes 14, so does 7 and 7. So medium and yellow is 4 out of 14, which reduces to 2 over 7. And it's just the overlap of 2 categories. Your answer should be a fully reduced fraction. Bacon and teenager. Right, that's these 3 right here. It's where the bacon and the teenager row and column meet. We just need our totals to determine a probability. 4 plus 3 is 7. 2 plus 4 is 6, which gives us 13. Then to double check, we're going to do the columns as well. 7 and 6. Yes, that is 13. So our probability would be 3 out of 13 for the overlap of those 2 categories. That's already fully reduced. Even sum and sum greater than 9. So and means overlap. So even sum and sum greater than 9. So that means I'm really only looking at this section, right? Because those are the sums that are greater than 9. And now I would just want the even ones out of those categories. Out of the ones that are greater than 9, we're only looking at the even ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 sums that are even and greater than 9. That is out of 36. So that is 1 over 9. Sum of 3 or sum of 8. So we're looking at these 2. That's our sum of 3, so 2 out of 36. And then our sums of 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of 36, which is 7 out of 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's no overlap. Those are mutually exclusive. You can't be a 3 and an 8 at the same time, so there's nothing to subtract. So 7 out of 36 would be your final answer. All right, heart or ace. Looking at the diagram, there are 13 out of 52 hearts. Then the aces, that is 4 out of 52. Now, what do you notice here? There's 1 in the overlap, so minus 1 out of 52 for that ace of hearts. So that gives us 16 out of 52, which reduces to 4 over 13. And we're good to go. Couple more. Okay, y'all did really good with the mutually exclusive versus overlapping. Can you be a freshman and in the band at Harrison at the same time? Yes, you can. So that's why that is overlapping. Can you be in first block honors geometry and also in third block honors geometry? No, you're only allowed to take 1 geometry class per semester. So that would be mutually exclusive. Can you be a senior and be a freshman at the same time? No, you cannot. So that is why that one is mutually exclusive. All right, let me know if you have any questions. Look for my second video coming soon.